What are my chances of getting the job that I want when I come to Tampa Bay? I'm moving from out of state or from some other part of Florida, and what are my chances of getting the job that I want when I come to Tampa Bay? We're going to go over that. Before I do, let me remind you, hit the bell for notifications, subscribe. If you're looking to buy or sell in the Tampa Bay area, give me a call, shoot me a text, email, what have you. Me and my team will be happy to reach out to you and go over all that. No matter what way you slice and dice the numbers, if any of you watch or caught the highlights, which is what I did. I caught the highlights of that DeSantis-Gavin Newsom debate. I thought they were going to claw each other's eyes out when they were fighting over whose population is doing what in which state. It was a little comical because there's studies and numbers that support what both of them were saying. I could care less about all of that. Here's where we are in Florida. There's a ton of people moving to Florida, period. And that's been going on for quite some time. Here's what some of the statistics don't tell you. There's a lot of people that leave Florida for various reasons. I've had clients come down, buy a house, and after a summer of being down here, they're like, you know what? It's too hot for me. I can't do it. I tried, I can't do it. We're putting the house back up for sale. We're going back to Wisconsin or wherever. There's a huge elderly retired population here. Those folks, and you definitely won't see anybody talking about this, but it's a fact. Those people move on from this world. They move into assisted facilities, move back in with their kids, or move on from this world. There's a huge turnover as far as that goes. So what does all that mean? A lot of people moving here, a fair amount of people moving out, a fair amount of people moving on, period. What that means is there's a lot of real estate transactions going on in Florida. There's a lot of turnover. There's a lot going on. And that's good news. That keeps things healthy. That keeps things moving in the right direction. What does all that mean for me as far as jobs go? Let me read something to you. I'm gonna have to read this. The print is small, so bear with me a second here. This is from the Florida Commerce. This is a press release from the Florida Commerce folks. This is from October 20th, and it says, today's Florida Commerce announced that the Tampa area gained the highest number of private sector jobs among all metro areas over the year coming September 23rd. This is in Florida. Additionally, in September, the Tampa area led all metro areas in the over-the-year job gains in the education and healthcare services fields, increasing by 20,400 jobs. Professional and business services increased by 13,000 jobs, and construction increased by 5,100 jobs. In total, the Tampa Bay area's labor force grew by 75,900 over the year in September 2023. That's impressive. That's a lot of jobs, and that's a lot of increase. And it's happening due to, there's a lot of corporations coming here. There's a lot of big business coming here, and the construction and the housing, it just keeps going to support the folks that are moving here. And you're like, so who's down here? Who's employing all these people? If you're looking for Fortune 500 companies, they're here. Public supermarkets is huge in Florida. It's huge in the Southeast, and particularly in Florida. Public supermarkets are here. Jabil Manufacturing, TD Synex is an IT company. They're here. Mosaic Mining, Raymond James Financial, Bloomin' Brands Restaurants. That's your Outbacks and Carrabba's and a whole chain of those things. Those are all Fortune 500 companies that are here. What are the highest paying type of industries here in the Tampa Bay area? It's going to be healthcare for sure. I don't know that anything's going to knock healthcare out of the number one position here ever. There's just, as I said before, there's a huge retired population here, and healthcare is a big deal. If you're coming here from somewhere else and you've got a nursing degree or really any kind of background in healthcare, you should have no trouble finding a job. IT, IT's big everywhere now. And Tampa's no different. There's a ton of IT jobs here, business management and administration, engineering, and finance. You know, Raymond James Financial, Capital One is here, Morgan Stanley. It just goes on and on. Those are kind of your higher paying sectors. Healthcare, IT, business management, administration, engineering, and finance. Who has their headquarters, you know, or some branch of their headquarters in the Tampa Bay area? Amazon, Bristol Myers, Johnson & Johnson, Citigroup, Pitney Bowes, Pfizer, and it goes on and on. I could read you 100 more names. They're coming to Florida for the tax break and the weather. You know, who doesn't want to live in this weather? Like it's a terribly cold day today. I think it's going to be 60 degrees or 65. That's cold for us. And it's going to be in the 40s tonight. So this is a cold spell for us. Anyway, county schools are a big employer here. MacDill Air Force Base has a lot of private sector jobs. Tourism, of course, is a big deal here in Florida. If you're in hospitality, you know, if you're coming here, if you're young and you're coming to the Tampa Bay area, how am I going to get started? Am I going to find, is somebody going to hire me, you know, with minimal skills? I'm still in school. I'm doing this. The tourism and hospitality industries here opportunities are endless. If you're in the restaurant business, endless. So these are all things that are going on here in the Tampa Bay area, and you should be able to reasonably find a job here. It's booming. When you watch national reports or the national news, it gives an overall view of the country, and you'll hear things like housing is down, employment is down. You know, they'll reel off, you know, all the things that are going sideways in the country. It's not to that degree in Florida. Doesn't mean that it doesn't eventually get here. It doesn't mean that these things don't eventually affect us. But generally speaking, not the case here, for sure in the Tampa Bay area. So listen, you'll get a job if you're coming here. That's all I got for you today. Talk to you guys soon.